Hello all, we are, well, not back because this is the first video in a brand new series on a brand new channel. I'm going to start it off with some Space Engineers, a game I have loved since it first came out on Xbox and then continued to play it as it moved over to PC. And I finally put so many hours on it, over 1,000 hours, I'm like, you know what, why not just turn this into a series? So the first series I decided to do is just kind of some normal settings. You know, I'm not going to do a hardcore playthrough yet, but I also do have mods enabled. I don't have any stupid crazy mods. I have, okay, I'll take that back. I have a couple that are questionable, but they're only on there for parts of the mods. I'm not going to use the outrageously overpowered weaponry or anything like that. So this is mainly just a regular world playthrough. Now there are some settings that I am keeping in mind, more of a basis to what this is going to be. And the basis behind all of this is it is a setup called System Overlord, in which the main objective is to basically conquer each world and moon in a certain way. The way I've chosen is first to get rid of any enemy installations on the planet or moon, etc., and to build my own installation, and not only just one installation at least per planet and moon, but also some sort of orbiting station, something that's in the atmosphere or stratosphere. I don't know which one it is, don't quote me. I'm not a science nerd. Well, I don't think I am. So that is kind of the basis behind all of this. And as I've started this world, got a basic setup, I have a fun little friend sitting there behind me. SPRT Lake Defense Station CI-331. Now, that is obviously going to be my first priority, because I don't know if this thing can, you know, a lot of installations, if you get within a certain distance, will spawn drones, and the drones will obviously come attack you. And if you will see the one problem with that, I got no guns. I got no defenses. What am I going to do? Throw rocks at it? Maybe. So, on the inside, I have a very, very basic setup. Survival kit, obviously, in case I die. Basic refinery. Basic assembler. And the only thing powering it is 2 solar panels on the top. And as you can tell, day is going quickly. I have the time set up only to an hour for day. So it's like, what, 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off, I think. And just a real modest basic setup. Nothing too extraordinary. The reason I have the handgun is because I do have a mod that puts, I guess you could say, small AI characters in that can, you know, attack me. Some of them have guns, some of them just hit me with their fists, some of them hit me with drills, so that's what that's for. My first real priority at this point in time is to get a different power source. Because yes, solar is nice, but I have no batteries on this base, and I also have no source of energy when the sun obviously is going to go down here in just a few minutes, and so I need to get on that quick. So my first priority is going to be getting to the top of this little pillar, little capsule box, and possibly putting up a wind turbine, maybe 2, I don't know how many I need, and to get that sorted out. And that is what I'm going to do, and once I am got that all up and running, I will be back. Alright, and we're back. I managed to get a small, just little power boost, 1 turbine up there. It's not very high up, so I'm not going to get a lot of power output off of it, but it should hopefully be enough to run at least the refinery at one time, or the assembler at one time. It's probably not enough to run both, but it will help get things, you know, slowly underway. The next biggest issue right now is I have no means of defense other than, you know, a tiny little handgun with 8 rounds per mag, 10 mags, you know, 80 rounds total. These AIs that do spawn on the ground and will find me and track me, they can take a beating. They can take some serious rounds. So I'm gonna need a little bit more. So what I'm gonna work on doing real quick is just getting an interior turret on each corner. I can only put them on 2 corners right now because, well, the solar panel's in my way. I don't want to move them. It's my only extra source. So I'm going to get right on getting those up, getting them running, and this brings us to our next problem of ammunition. The 2 big sides of it right now are I don't have any means to make ammunition. I have no magnesium, which is the main problem. There's 2 solutions to this. Number 1, I go find some. To do that, I'm going to need to build some small type of rover, which that wouldn't be that bad. Second option is that I build a, what is it? What type of assembler is it? It's the one that's basically just the upgraded version of the assembler, because I do have a mod called Industrial Technologies or Industrial Tech or something similar to that, where I can take gravel that I have gotten from the refinery after refining stone and turn it into small, very small amounts of other substances, say gold or magnesium, silver, platinum, anything like that. The only problem is it is a very small amount. It uses very little gravel to do it, but you also get a minute, just minuscule amount of other substances back, which is why I'm thinking I'm just going to go with the rover option. I'm going to build a small little, it's going to be ugly, I can't build to save my life, but it's going to be a small little rover, nothing fancy, and we'll get on that. And then we'll go and find some magnesium, get some ammunition in these turrets, hopefully find some iron along the way, maybe some nickel and silicon, but my 2 biggest priorities right now are magnesium and iron, because iron is obviously the basic building blocks for anything in this game, and magnesium is what I need to put the ammunition into these 2 turrets to hopefully keep me alive a little bit longer. Alright, welcome back. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of issues with some of my files, and part of my video corrupted and was lost. So the part where I did all my upgrades, well, most of my upgrades where I started them, completely corrupted. I accidentally, I don't know if it was my fault or my computer, but through the software I used to record, it completely glitched out to where I still had audio. I still had another 20 minutes of audio, but unfortunately the video froze and got stuck. So I had no way to recover it. But I will just go over briefly what progress was made. I had to tear down the original wind turbine and put 2 more up to stackable because I did not have enough power to run the 1 refinery. Another thing that was completed was the buggy, which I have decided to call the Roach. I don't know, it kind of just gives off roachy vibes, you know. It's kind of long, kind of ugly, definitely ugly. I did the design a little bit different than what I normally would do. Instead of having the cargo containers main ports facing each other and having the port out the back and having like a connector, I instead opted to have the 2 large ports facing upwards. This is because I'm going to take probably a missile Gatling, put it on the front one, and a regular Gatling and put it on like one of the 1 block tall sleeves, just to give it a little bit of height and a little bit of defense. Another thing that I did, and this is a mod that is in this setup, is Ore Detector Plus. And Ore Detector Plus, what it does is it changes the ore detection range of small grid ore detectors from 25 meters to 600 meters, and the ore detection range of large grid detectors from 150 meters all the way to 1800 meters or 1.8 kilometers. So this will be helpful to just get some stuff scouted out, because I have a hard time seeing the little patches of ore even though it's a different color. So this is just something to really basically an ease of use type thing for the game. Luckily, 2 ores that I need are in the area, one of which being cobalt, the other of which being iron. I still have no idea where magnesium is at, but in the next episode we will be going and getting magnesium, iron, and cobalt. I mean, getting ammunition in the turrets, getting 2 new turrets onto the Roach, and building a garage for the roach to keep it safe. That is all for this episode. I thank you for joining me in this slow and incredibly difficult to process, but I hope that you stick around, enjoy my content, and if you decide to stick around permanently, go ahead and drop a subscribe. Drop a subscription in the channel. If you don't care for my content that I'm putting out, that's absolutely okay. I just thank you for your support as I'm taking a shot in the dark here. Thank you all, and I will see you next time.